Welcome back to the cutting board. So you're having that day and you just need something to pick you up, lift you up. Well, guess what? In Italian, the word for pick me up is tiramisu. And today I've asked Vera to come back and she is going to teach us how to make a vegan and coffee-free tiramisu. So I know that tiramisu has a couple of different steps. So which step are we going to do first?
First of all, we will make our vegan vanilla sponge cake, which is our replacement for a ladyfinger from the original recipe.
Perfect. So which ingredients are we going to use for the sponge cake?
We will use all-purpose flour, brown sugar, vanilla extract, lemon juice, some canola oil, not olive oil, plain water, a pinch of salt, baking powder, baking soda, and a special ingredients for this sponge. It's the cornstarch.
So the corns, this is a little bit different from the normal sponge.
It is, because it's very, very difficult when you don't use eggs to obtain a vegan vanilla good and fluffy sponge cake. So this will help our recipe to be a very good one and very, very close to the original one.
Perfect. So what are we going to do with these ingredients?
First of all, I will mix in this large bowl all the dry ingredients. Okay. If you can pass me the flour, thank you. And
how much flour did we use?
I have here 2.5 cups.
All right. And the sugar?
The sugar is 1.5. I have here 4 tablespoons of cornstarch.
Tap that out.
Yes. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and just a pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt.
Perfect. Now we will mix everything until everything will be all combined. And now we will start to add the liquid ingredients. We'll start with the water. Perfect.
How much water?
I have 2 cups. I have here 2/3 cup of canola oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and that's it. We are going to mix everything until all the ingredients are well combined. And now, all we need to do is to pour everything in our baking tray.
Which is lined with parchment paper.
Exactly.
So why do you line it with the parchment paper?
To make sure that you will not have a burned sponge cake.
So we're going to put this in the oven?
Yes, at 350 Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius for 35-40 minutes. 35
to 40 minutes?
Yes.
What are you looking for to know that it's done?
When it starts to be golden brown on the top and it's a little bit crispy, but when you push it's spongy and it's fluffy, I think
then you know that it's done.
You know it's ready, yes.
So what's our next step while this is going on?
Our next step is to prepare crema pasticcera vegan, or in English it's something similar with a custard.
All right.
We will make vegan vanilla custard.
We're going to put this in the oven and come back and make the custard.
For the vegan custard, we will use soy milk, just plain soy milk, brown sugar, our secret ingredients. It's our egg replacer, which is cornstarch.
Cornstarch?
Yes. Just a little bit of turmeric for the color.
Just for the color?
Just for the color, because you don't have to add too much. It's a very strong...
It has a strong flavor.
Exactly. Just a little bit to give color. The yellow nice color, and some vanilla extract.
All right, so these all get combined together. Now,
yes.
Before you do that, the soy milk that you used here, was it sweetened, unsweetened?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's a dessert, so doesn't matter.
All right.
So what I will do now is just mix in this bowl. One more thing, the milk has to be cold when you start, because the cornstarch has to dissolve in a cold liquid. Yes.
So there's how much milk?
Here I have 1 liter.
A liter of milk?
Yes. 300 grams of brown sugar. 100 grams cornstarch. Just a little bit of turmeric. Not too much.
Turmeric's actually really good for you. It's anti-inflammatory,
yes.
But I really don't think you eat tiramisu for the anti-inflammatory properties.
In this case, yes.
Okay.
And the vanilla extract. And now, if you want to help me to combine everything, just mix until everything is well incorporated. Perfect. I think now it's ready.
Okay.
But even if you did a very good job, I just want to make sure that we don't have any lumps inside.
There you go.
So I would like to strain this in the final container, which is a pot.
So the strainer is pretty much just to make sure that there's no lumps.
Exactly. So now we will have for sure a very nice and fine custard.
It's kind of a test of how well I did. If there's a lot of lumps, there's a lot of lumps.
No, it's the cornstarch, not you. You did a very good job. It's happened all the time.
She's being nice.
Okay, perfect. And that's it. All we need to do now is to cook this for 10-15 minutes. Keep stirring all the time.
So stirring constantly?
Exactly, until we'll have the consistency like a pudding.
On what temperature? High, low, medium? On medium.
Yes.
So we'll go ahead and
Exactly.
keep stirring for about 10 minutes.
10-15 minutes.
And we'll know that it's done because it got firm.
Exactly. This will have at the end a firm consistency similar with the pudding.
All right. What's going to be the next step when this is finished?
When this is ready, we will leave this at room temperature for maybe 2-3 hours. And after we will mix it with whipping cream.
She does this to me a lot. She tells me I'm going to eat something, then she has me make it, and then tells me I have to wait 2 or 3 hours until I can eat it. But they're really good, so I'm willing to wait. So the custard is finishing off its cooling. The sponge is done and has cooled down.
Exactly. The next step is to cut some cubes. The sponge, I want to cut the sponge in cubes because I want this to be very convenient for any shape of your container.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if it's round, if it's rectangular, doesn't matter. With this, you can make any kind of...
Any shape.
Any shape, yes.
So how big are the cubes going to be?
Well, not very big. Or if you prefer like lady fingers, you can leave it just like that, but I prefer to make it smaller because it's easier to work with. Now I'll just cut everything in half. Pretty much that size.
So we've got nice cubes.
Yes, and I will do the same with the rest of the sponge.
So when we're done making the cubes, what's next?
We will assemble the final product.
Oh, you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like we're gonna eat.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get some tiramisu, some pick-me-up. You promised me that we were gonna assemble this.
Exactly.
So I know about this. That's the sponge cake.
It's the sponge cake.
These two.
The custard, cooled completely, and Nutri-Whip, half and half the
Now,
quantity.
Nutri-Whip is a vegan whip that you can find in Canada. So if you're not in Canada, you could do the same thing with full-fat coconut cream.
Exactly.
So you can do the same whipping and then combine it here.
Exactly.
Okay. And this?
This is carob powder because generally the tiramisu has layers and you have to spread some cocoa powder, but I prefer the carob powder instead.
So we've got carob powder here. And what is that?
This is coffee substitute. It's chicory.
Chicory. So chicory is pretty easy to find,
Yes,
and it's
isn't
pretty
it?
common in Eastern European cuisine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the first step is to combine the whipping cream.
All right.
I'll mix everything.
Waste not.
If you see, it's like a jelly. It's like a
Pudding. It's like pudding.
Exactly. This is how it's supposed to look like when it's cold.
And because of the turmeric, it really is yellow.
It's yellow, yes, but I don't think you can feel too strong the taste of the turmeric. So what we search is a very fluffy and very light cream. Make sure that everything is very well combined. When you have two colors, it's easier because we have yellow and white, so we will know for sure when it's ready. Almost there. When it's ready. And what we will do is arrange everything in this container and we will make layers. So
Okay.
I will start with the cubes and see how easy it is now because we just cut everything and doesn't matter what is the shape of your container. You just put everything here.
So if you wanted to, you could actually like cut out a piece.
Of course, if you have round cutters or different shapes, you can use the cutters, but I prefer like that. The next step is to add a coffee substitute.
So the chicory.
Make sure that everything is very moist in this coffee flavor. This is something specific for tiramisu. And now I will add 1 layer of cream.
So how thick are you going to put the cream on?
The same thickness as the sponge.
Okay, so layers.
Yes, layers. This is the idea of having a glass container to see all the colors and all the layers.
Yeah, traditionally you're going to see tiramisu in something where you can see the different things.
Yes. Now if you can pass me the carob powder. Okay. We have to spread some on the top. Yes. Not too much, just a little bit. That's it. Now the same thing.
How many layers would you do?
That depends how high is the container.
So for this one we can fill it up.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we finished all the layers. Our tiramisu is ready.
We can eat now.
Actually, we have to put this 3-4 hours in the fridge. Like any good dessert.
Oh.
But, David, I thought about this and I know you don't have patience anymore, so I prepared something for you.
Okay. Yes! All right. This one is already finished?
Yes, it's an individual person tiramisu.
Which goes back to the point that you were making before, that when you make the cubes, you can do it in any shape.
Exactly.
Including individual
This is in round shapes, yes.
All right. So we have the layers, just like we've got layers in the cake here, and
yes.
you can see it. That's why making it in a glass dish is going to be more appetizing to your dessert eaters. They get to see that. Here you can see that as well, the different layers. So I want to dig in.
Please. Looks like he's happy.
Absolutely lives up to its name.
Oh, okay.
When you need a pick-me-up, when you need a tiramisu, this is the way to go. Vera, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. All the time.
Join us again on the cutting board for more great recipes just like this one.